Hello, Linda here. Today I want to share with you the unboxing of my Traveler's Diner, the limited edition set that I was able to purchase. I've been watching out for it since the announcement, and since there is a partner shop here in Italy, I was able to snag this. And I am just opening up the pretty packaging here in this little box, just like the other limited editions. And it comes with a bunch of accessories as well as the traveler's notebook itself. And for this particular one, there are a whole bunch of stickers in this Traveler's Diner, like guest check type of envelope. You can see that they are all designed, themed after, very American style, like diner designs. And if you didn't know, I live in Italy right now, but I am originally from Southern California. I was born and raised there. So this theme of the Traveler's Diner, it's something that definitely holds like a place in my memories of going to different diners and places in my childhood, in my high school years, and even later on. And even now here in Italy. So it was definitely something that I wanted to snag for creating sort of like a food journal type of TN. You can see here it comes with these limited edition letterpress postcards as well. And this particular set also comes with two charms. One is sort of like the classic, sort of like Cadillac-ish kind of car, and then a little mug that says Traveler's Diner. And I think you're supposed to put it like on your bookmark, but I'm not like a huge bookmark user in the Traveler's notebook, and so I'm only going to put the car charm on my notebook. And you can see that it comes with this Traveler's Diner like little insert that sort of has the little blurb that they always write, as well as information just about the whole theme of Traveler's Diner. I'm honestly not really like a huge fan of that sort of greenish mintish color that they chose. I don't know why that's supposed to go with it. I mean, I guess it sort of does in terms of the other colors that are used, but I'm not a big fan of it. So you can see it comes with the dust bag, and then this is the beautiful Traveler's Diner camel traveler's notebook, and it is definitely very fuzzy, which is something that I like, although I know that with years of use it will get more patina, but I really love the deboss type of stamping on these types of limited editions. I feel like they would last longer than the ones that have like gold foiling, that kind of thing. So I think that this is something that would really be good when it comes to wear and tear, and then probably just like look better and better over the years. So you can see that inside there is an insert that comes with it that is themed for Traveler's Diner, and it basically has like a real menu. Inside you can read through. It has like the classic style of a diner menu with all the very classic diner type foods, breakfast or sandwiches, and so it's very, very cool. And all of these designs, like, they're similar to the ones like the stickers, but they're actually all very like lots of different illustrations, so you're definitely getting a variety there. And this Traveler's Diner TN comes with this sort of like lightish green, sort of olive green elastic. Not the same like as the elastic of the olive TN, but I don't like that color. Anyways, it doesn't scream diner to me. Like, I immediately went to my repair kit, and I'm cutting the elastic so that I can use this orange elastic. I was contemplating using even the red, but orange sort of called to me, and I think that really matches up with like diners, at least in my mind, and like eating. So you're gonna see me here just trying to string in the new colored elastic, and also putting in that car charm that comes with the whole set. And I totally tied this like way too tight, and it could like barely go over the TN, so I had to like struggle and untie the knot because I pulled it like way too tightly to begin with. I had to like find tools and things like that. So it was just like a whole ordeal. So learn from my mistake and do not pull the elastic knot like so tightly until you're sure you have it exactly to what you want it to be. Obviously, if you have the repair kit, you could just cut another piece of elastic, but I didn't want to waste it. But I will skip the whole struggling and just let you know that in the end I got it done. So I have my Traveler's Diner there, and I actually recently, like just when I got this Traveler's Diner set like arriving to my house, that weekend we just ended up by random going to our quote-unquote local American diner here in Italy, because there's actually a chain that's called American Diner. And you'll see like later on when I use some of the ephemera that I snagged from the restaurant, but it is very, very like just based off the classic American diner, with a lot of like American style diner food type of things, and all the waitresses there are on roller skates and they serve you that way. So it's really, really a great place to go if you want to get like that American vibe, because you just feel like it. And obviously it's very novelty for the people here in Italy, but I like going there as well because the food is good. And when you want like a good burger or a good sandwich, or they also have like a little side menu of like Mexican food, and they also have breakfast, or brunch I should say, which I think nobody ever orders brunch. I must be like the only person who ever orders that, where they give you sort of like pancakes and breakfast as well as like toast and eggs and bacon and that kind of thing. So I like going to that place to get that type of thing, but I don't know if that's necessarily popular with the Italians. But what I am doing here is basically digging right into my notebook and using it. So what I'm going to be using this Traveler's Diner TN for is basically documenting restaurants. And obviously it's not going to be only diners, because that would limit like things a bit too much, but I'm definitely going to start with that, in the sense that I went online and sort of printed out a bunch of photos and menus and logos of diners and like diner-ish places that are impressed in my memory, like from my childhood, like my high school days, going out with my friends, and also a big portion of my like adult life, like working and going out with friends as well, and just sort of documenting that on the first page of places that I've gone in Southern California that make me think of this whole diner feel. And of course, I lived in the suburbs, so not all of them, I don't think that they're all necessarily the true American diner in terms of like a place that's been there for, X number of years, local, and that kind of thing, which is, what I would consider, more quote unquote real, but, what does that really mean, right? Because I'm from the suburbs, like there were a lot of chains and restaurants that, obviously had the look and feel of a diner, but I don't know how necessarily old they are, because I think most of us, there's this big difference between the West Coast and the East Coast. There are a lot of things on the East Coast of the United States that are obviously just older because it's been there longer, But anyways, all that to say, I printed a bunch of material to use, because I don't have like real ephemera from those years, like long times ago. I probably do have photos like in my archives from high school, from college, like that kind of thing, but it was easier just to go online and like find a bunch of photos. And obviously I'm from Southern California, we ate like in and out so much, and I know that's technically like not, it's not like a diner, but it is like a family, business, even though it's become like a franchise kind of like chain place, but such like a huge part of like Southern California, your friends like going out to eat kind of thing. So I'm just doing like a huge collage there. And remember that you can always go online and find like menus of restaurants that you've been to and print those out just to use them as sort of like background paper and deco. So you really can make your own, like quote unquote print your own ephemera so that you could use it in your decoration. You don't always have to like, swipe stuff from the restaurant, even though all of us know that if you're into this kind of thing, we often do that when we go to any kind of place or restaurant, take business cards, that kind of stuff. Obviously, whatever you can take, it would be nice to include that in your journaling. But if you can't, then consider, going online and just printing out some photos. So I'm just doing like a very random collage on this first page from like a Frisco's menu. And Frisco's is another place that in Southern California where the girls, like they're mostly girls anyways, the waitresses were on roller skates. And so I used that menu to do some backgrounds, and then I just put like a bunch of smattering of photos. And I will definitely go back in and do the journaling, but I hesitate to do that on camera only because I don't know how people are able to like journal while on camera, only because I like hunch over, like my book or my journal or whatever when I'm writing, and I get like really close up. So it just doesn't look very nice like on camera. And I have my camera mounted on top, so like you just see the top of my head. It's like so bad. So I haven't really figured out like different camera angles and things like that. So I am not including like journaling as part of the journal with me kind of thing. More so this is just like the beginning deco parts. So I haven't yet decided how I'm going to decorate the opening cover page of this insert, but I got this like placemat from the American diner that we recently went to, and I just wanted to cover an entire page with this because I just love the whole look. It's like so quintessential, you know what I mean, of the whole diner, the waitresses on roller skates, like that kind of thing. And it's pretty funny because it's here in Italy, and there's more than one because it's a chain, but I think there's only like maybe 2 or 3, 4 locations or something. It's not that huge of a chain here, but it is very American in the sense that they have red velvet cake, like all the classics that you can imagine. And we like going to the one that is nearby to us. They're very nice, they're fine with your kids, like going nuts. I have 3 kids now, so obviously going out to eat is always like an ordeal. So it's nice when you can go to a place that is sort of okay, with like, family style and, craziness going on. So I decided to cover an entire spread with this placemat and use it sort of as like the background deco. And obviously there's not going to be a lot of space for like journaling and things like that, but I thought of it more as like an opening sort of page, and that I can include this little sugar packet that has their logo and stuff on it. And they had the little toothpick flag as well that my daughter actually told me to take because she was like, it looks so cool, you got to include it in your journal. My daughter is 7 years old, and she's like knows that I love the whole journaling and that kind of thing. She's into it as well, probably because from watching me, and so she helps me collect ephemera. So I'm going to stick that in there and like add a title and just let it be sort of like a deco kind of page. And I obviously could have added this in a different way instead of gluing it over the entire spread. Obviously that is going to take up a lot of space, right, in your insert if you do it this way. But if you like having the background, or maybe it's a particular piece of ephemera or something that you really, really want to like just see there, you can do it this way. But if you wanted to do it in another way, that would give you more space. You could have just tipped it in and like folded it so that it would maybe like accordion out, and that would give you more space for journaling under or on the other side of this particular placemat. So that's another option. In my case, I've just sort of used it as a background paper, so it is completely glued onto the spread, and I'm using my little Dymo label maker to put in like the name and the location. And I'm not done using this because I just really like the bright pink and the lady and all that kind of stuff. And I actually swiped another one, and it has like a light blue kind of coloring, so I'm gonna cut that out and use another spread because I don't want to journal on the pink spread that I have there. I want to just keep it decorative because it's so cute looking to me. Like, I don't want to add more to it. So I'm just going to use another spread using this other lady on this other side, and that will give me lots of room for actual journaling, writing on the other side of the page. So I have a tendency to do this a lot where I just glue like whole sheets of paper or ripped parts and things like that, and then just cut along the edges so it's all the way to the edge. I have a tendency to do this a lot, and I think it's because I print out a lot of things. I also print out a lot of pattern papers because I love using digital printables. So when it comes to my page layouts and things, they're very like filled up, like Baroque, right? Can't help myself. I really like when people do like minimalistic or very like simple, straightforward types of layouts, like maybe just a Polaroid on a page and a couple lines of journaling. I love the look. I'm just never able to actually do it myself. Whenever I start journaling and just let myself do whatever, I end up, collaging a lot, like just lots of stuff. I will add it to the page and just sort of keep going that way. And here I'm going back to the cover page because I want to decorate it somehow. And since I have all of this American Diner stuff, I'm like, let me use it because it is very classic looking and matches with the whole diner feel. And I wanted to cut off this piece because the waitress actually put our table number, like she wrote it on there. So I just wanted to keep that. It's just like a nice memory for that first time of using this Traveler's Diner notebook. Like, I actually took it, of course, to the diner and like took a bunch of pictures, and I was showing my family and showing my daughter, and she was like opening it and looking at it and reading through the menu and things like that. So it was nice. So I wanted to use this in the cover page, but I'm definitely going to rip up some other menu ephemera here you see, and at some point I'm also going to dig into my stash and try to find some things that match, which now that I think about it, I guess I don't really have a lot of like necessarily like diner specific looking ephemera or decorations or embellishments, but maybe I do have a lot of food related stickers. So at some point I'm gonna have to dive into my sticker stash and see what else I will add. In this particular session, I was just sort of like quickly getting things done, and you can see I snagged like a napkin from that restaurant as well, but it didn't really fit to use it anywhere, so I just kept it in that trifold that I have that I added into my Traveler's Diner notebook, because I think that plastic trifold holder from Traveler's Company, it's really handy for keeping ephemera. So if you wanted something like you're carrying your traveler's notebook with you, but instead of just slipping in papers inside that might fall out, if you use that trifold, you can stick in all of the ephemera in there. It actually fits because it folds out. It'll fit like an A4 sized paper. So you definitely can fit a lot of stuff in there and then go home and like use the ephemera later. So anything that I have extra that I don't want to toss, I'm going to keep in that little trifold. And now I'm going to actually use one of the stickers. I basically told myself this year that, this year, like lately, basically I've been doing a lot of stationery shopping in 2020. Like when I was looking back on the year, I was like, oh my gosh, things have gotten a bit out of hand. Like it's hard to not have that FOMO feeling and just do a lot of shopping. So this year I just, like moving forward, I just promised myself to be like, I'm going to use it all. Like I'm not going to hoard, or at least try really hard to not like just keep hoarding stuff, thinking like when is the best, most ideal, way to use this sticker, rather to just use them as much as possible. And you can see here I'm like trying to decide, should I stick something here, what color will match, like which one will be, and I contemplated like not doing anything, but then eventually I decide on something and stick it in, because when we went to this particular restaurant this time around, I did get the brunch, and my husband got like my son actually got the burger. My husband got like a chicken thingy, and I had like literal American coffee, and they call it American coffee because, you know, it's drip coffee. It's not like espresso, the way that you would normally get it in Italy. So I just stuck that sticker in, and of course I still have plenty of other embellishments and things that I need to go through my stash and figure out like what I'm going to use. And excuse me, they're, you know, running into the frame because, like I said, I have not figured out this whole like filming situation, like what is the best. I wish that I knew how to do this better, but for now I was, you know, able to like mount a camera in the same spot, like on top, so at least I have this view like down pat, you know what I mean, and it's not like shaking or anything like that. So at least this overhead view is okay, and over time hopefully I will be able to learn a bit more about making, you know, more interesting videos and like how I can share other views and things like that. But for now, just the top-down view is working. So you can see I grabbed like some different washi tapes and added them in, but I know that I have other like food related stickers, so I want to add some other stuff as well, but that will just happen at a later date when I get to it. I was just trying to finish this up quickly so that I had a couple pages in and also the ephemera in, so that it's not like loose and lying around everywhere. So then the next time I can just go in and write and then like leave it open and let it dry so it doesn't smear. And that is the idea. So you can see I have that trifold there, and then the special limited edition notebook, and then I put that into my Traveler's Diner TN, and this is what I've done so far. And that is it for now. I will definitely go back in and journal more, but just wanted to share this with you, a very quick unboxing and me digging in to use it. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you so much for watching up to this point. And if you like stationery and printables and journaling, be sure to subscribe to my channel because that is what I will be making videos about. And if you do love digital printables, be sure to visit my website, tortagialla.com. I basically have been blogging for many years, and I basically post free printables on my blog. So every blog post is going to be some kind of free printable, like a paper or stationery or something, and it's totally free, no strings attached. You can download it straight away from the blog post and use it in your personal journaling and junk journaling or deco in your planners, any of that kind of thing. I'm happy to share because I am making things for my own use as well, and so I'm happy to share it with everyone else who loves stationery and all things paper. And all of my links are down below under the video. If you do want to support me and my design work, I do have a Ko-fi account, KO-FI, and it's linked down below, where you can also be a member. And if you are a paid member, then you will get exclusive monthly downloads, and there's also another tier that has a monthly exclusive video of paper crafting or journal with me and that kind of thing. So if you're interested, definitely go check that out, and make sure you subscribe down below if you want to see more videos. So until next time, thank you so much.